Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So, I didn't think I was going to talk about this ever again. I thought Monday was it was done. But today I saw another video. I believe that I need to talk about this. I'm talking about the new trophy wife, is that what her name is? Isis, who came here to talk about how her husband has been essaying their 2 and 4 year old daughters. It's a sad story, right? She was crying, she was miserable and all that. Yeah, you feel some type of way about it, okay? Now, a couple of days ago, someone posted a video of her on a live doing her makeup with the kids in the background. It's trigger warning.
So I understand the struggle of that, definitely. But there's that saying, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when you'll make a change, and that's very true. So it's just all about whenever you have the courage to do that. Sorry if my house is noisy in the background. I don't know how much you all can hear, but there's so many of us that it's just like that. So if you hear stuff in the background, just act like you don't. I showed my baby sister video about dating. If you guys can hear my daughter, she's upstairs with my husband being cranky. So
right? Yeah. Now, a lot of people were saying that could be the whole thing happening, and she just was sitting there as if, nothing was going on, because you're on a live, your kids are saying ow in the back. You can clearly hear them. People watching you can hear them, so you can hear them too. And you're like, oh, the house is noisy. This is normal. Okay, this is me giving her a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Okay. 2 adults in the house, there are kids in the house, there are probably adults there, so she's probably thinking somebody else is looking after the kids, right? But personally, I'm a mom too, right? And I do make videos too. And most of the times when some of these things, I just pause. All right, I could just pause and go check what is happening. Now, I don't know about lives. I've never done a live, so I don't know how those ones work. Most of the times, my little one is here with me, just so that I can keep my eyes on them. Yeah. But like I said, benefit of the doubt, grace. It could be the case that she trusted him completely, and that's why. However, this morning there was another video of the niece of the ex-husband who came out to tell his side of the story, because that's what it sounds like. So let's go and have a look at that.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dee, and I am the niece of the trophy wife's husband. Now, I know you know who the trophy wife is because she's been going up and down my timeline for the last couple of days.
We know.
Her name is Isis, or Paloma, which is her real name.
Paloma.
This lady is completely insane. Let's just start from there. Background story. Her and my uncle got together really quick. From what I've been seeing and what I've been told, she thought that she was getting a come up with my uncle. But then when things didn't go her way and she pretty much seen that she could no longer hide the things that she was doing behind closed doors, she ended up trying to find a different route, which was to come on here and lie to you all and tell you that her daughter had been touched by her dad, which that is not the case. Her daughter had been touched by her son, and she didn't want anybody to know because she wanted to try to make it seem like my uncle was the bad guy because she wasn't getting what she wanted in the divorce. I am a victim of sexual assault or rape or whatever you want to call it. And I don't appreciate one bit of the accusations being put out there, especially not just because they're fake, not just because that they're out there just for clout, but because of the fact that this involves a family member of mine who I care about dearly. multiple family members, if you want to put that out there, because the kids are my family too. But the boys are somebody else's. The girls and the last baby are a part of my family. And if they're being harmed in any kind of way, I definitely would want to stand up for them, for sure. But her son is the one that the baby first initially said that was touching her. My grandmother was changing the baby one day, and she seen that it was red down there, and she said that her brother did it. Now, when they went to court, the court did not believe what she was saying, because Paloma had already ISIS had already put out a case against my uncle, because my uncle was furious when he found out that her oldest son was touching the girls. So he went out and tried to, seek help to figure out what he should do about getting her son away from the girls so that they would no longer have to go through this. But as soon as he did that, ISIS went and took papers out on him, claiming that he did it because she didn't want her son to go down for it. On top of all of this, she's sitting over here acting like she's the best parent in the world, when if y'all go look for yourself, y'all will see that she has a child abuse case of her own. She tried to put it on my uncle that he abused her youngest son, which loves my uncle to death. But the day that her and her ex tried to put out there that my uncle had abused her son, he wasn't in the state. He wasn't nowhere near. So once they went to the hospital and they took the little boy to the hospital, the one thing that they didn't do this time is the social workers pulled him aside and started asking him questions and asked him, who hurt you? Come to find out, the little boy told and said that it was her. Not only that, her oldest son has sent my uncle threatening messages. He has rubbed poop on the walls at multiple family members' house, including theirs. He has pushed his younger brother down the stairs to the point where he had a concussion, and she didn't want to take him to the hospital because she didn't want them to know that she had, a son that had been abusing all her other kids. And then not only that, he hasn't just touched the two girls, he's touched all three of the kids. He's touched his little brother, he's touched his 4-year-old sister, and he's touched his 2-year-old sister. But all of this will come out eventually.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a different side of the story. Okay? And this has got my mind twisted a bit. Okay? Now, I don't want to say anything. I want to know what you ladies think about her story. Because in the comment section of her videos, she has, I think, 6 or 7 videos on her page narrating events and everything that happened that she's heard from him. Obviously, there are a lot of people saying, well, you're not in the house with them, so you don't know. Others are saying, well, this might be true, and she's a liar. Okay, going on. I'm going to insert a few of the comments here so you can read it yourself. All right. Now, I want to know what you think about this, but let's go hear what other people have to say about this, and I'm going to come back. I don't even know what to think at this point in time, so let's get into that, and I'm going to come back and talk some more.
So there is a slight update regarding the sad situation. There's a third person involved. A woman claiming to be his niece has come out and spoken, and here's what she has to say.
I'm letting you know that this is the truth. This woman is no records that that little girl has been touched by my uncle. No record.
Okay, here's what bothers me. First of all, I'm not taking any information from the alleged predator's family members. We already know how alleged predators are always protected by their loved ones. Second of all, were you in a household when this was going down? So her claim is that it's not him, it's her son. This is just too messy and disgusting and sad. Then she tries her best to throw that little boy under the bus, talking about his behavioral problems and all else. All I have to say is I'm sure whatever your uncle is telling you is obviously to protect himself. Conveniently, you will be biased and believe whatever he is telling you. And although children do SA children, it's called learned behavior. So let's start there. Not to mention, there's already court cases against this individual that was filed online. I won't get into that. Just know that there are records of DV. Anywho's, I'm going to stand my ground with what I stated in my first video. Some people got their panties in a bunch. The victims in the situation are those two little girls. And holding us women accountable for the decisions we make that affect our children is completely fine and should be done. She has shared that she is a product of SA. Her mother was SA, created her. She was also SA as a child, and now this is the third generation. In order to break these cycles, we have to have these conversations. And this is a lesson for you to be careful of who you idolize online. She was making money selling courses and guidance to women to have the lifestyle that she has and the perfect husband that she has. Lying to women and selling a fake dream while she was living a nightmare because he was abusing her first.
So the trophy wife story has taken a complete turn. We heard her side of the story. Now his family is coming out and saying their side of the story. So the husband's niece came out and said basically her oldest son is the ones who was SAing the husband's daughters. It never was him. Granted, she also said that he filed for divorce and she was not happy with the divorce settlement that she received. And so she ran to the internet and tried to flip the whole narrative to make it seem like he has been SAing his own daughters. Here's my 2 cents on it. I don't know why, if you are the auntie to these little girls, I don't know why you would try to take up for their own father abusing them. Does that make sense? That's the only reason why I'm kind of leaning towards the niece side of the story. Also, only because I've never, ever thought I'd see today a woman would buy her own wedding ring, propose to a man, and get married to him all in 1 week. Granted, the family had already said that it was something off about the whole situation and the girl. I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? The plot is getting thick.
Yeah, you heard them all. So again, I'm asking, what do you think about this whole situation, right? Personally, from my personal experiences and all that, I find it difficult to believe the niece, okay? I mean, that's your uncle. You know him to be a certain person, okay? It's very easy for you to side with him. He's your uncle, okay? But then again, she also may know things that we don't know, okay? So there may be some truth in what she's saying, but we don't know the whole story, right? At the end of the day, there are children involved, and that's why all of us are concerned. But now taking the blame from an adult and shifting it on another child, So if you're a mom and you know that your son is troublesome like that, why would you put the blame on their father? Now the woman, because the man left her, she's sad or she's scorned, and now she wants to put the blame on the man. I don't know what to believe and what to think. Do scorned women sometimes go to the extremes, to put blames on their husbands, frame them, and so on and so on? Some will do that. Some will do that. And have I heard cases of adults who were responsible for SA towards like young children or young girls, put the blame on other kids in the family? Yes, I've heard that too. Okay, I've heard that too. And some people do that because they believe that the punishment is lighter when it has to do with a child. And then my thing is, if you know that it is your own son that is responsible for what happened to your daughters, right? Don't you think that the truth may come out eventually? So why would you put the blame on their father? It doesn't make sense. That's where I'm like, I'm not sure what is happening here. Something went wrong somewhere, right? And they broke up, and somehow they have brought their children. The whole thing is a mess. They've brought their children into all of this, and that everything is playing out in front of everybody on social media all over the world. But at the end of it all, there are children involved, and you guys need to sort your shit. Sort things out ASAP. Because the children are being intertwined in all of this. And it's bad. It's not looking good. Whether you are doing it for clout, you are not doing it for clout, you are scorned, you are not scorned. You did it and you are responsible for it. You didn't do it. You divorced, you didn't divorce. You went for money, it backfired, or you didn't backfire. Whatever the situation is, consider those children before they end up being taken away from you, because that is also a possibility. But anywho, what do I know? I'm going to leave it here. It's other people's matter. Let me know your thoughts about all of this, and I don't know, if anything comes up, I'll let you know. And I'll see you again in another video. Bye.